So yeah, here we are back with the Pelupelu Reputation. We're going to be continuing the story here on to the next chapter. So last time we got our first customer here with the tour. Was a member of the Wings of Reflection, which is part of the of course it starts raining immediately, god damn it, who's part of one of the government in Tuliolol. Is a member of one of their squad, and they went on the tour. It was pretty successful. We went with them as a precaution. We had to fight off some beasties though, and the guy was just like, there's not a lot of people that could have like very easily dealt with those amount of beasties. So to ensure customer safety, you know, like you'd have to like hire somebody or make sure that things are, you know, things are on the up and up, and that the customers will be safe. And so what they decided to do was they decided to train the guides in fighting. So this area is all revamped over here now with a tree, and these guys are training in their wind magic, some of the Hanu guides, to be able to ensure the customer safety. So that was what happened last time. And you see, we got some customers that are milling around here now as well. So let's see where the story goes now. Where the story takes us. Sleeplu? Earthenshire awaits. Oh, Earthenshire. Okay. Oh, they got the punity, the manatees. Sleeplu looks positively delighted. Did you hear? Business is booming at the Torali Travel Agency. Thanks to you and the Hanu, we've been seeing stellar sales. And our new policies and training are all paying off. Not a single one of our customers has been accosted by fiends. Needless to say, they find the presence of their guides turned protectors thoroughly reassuring. Still, a few issues have come to light. First and foremost, our reach. So far, our tours have been limited to downstream Kozmauka, but many guests have expressed a desire to see the region's upper reaches. Yeah, and because this is the Torali Travel Agency, I thought we were going to expand to different parts of Toral as well, but we'll see. Maybe we'll do that, and then maybe that'll be the direction this eventually goes. With that in mind, I contacted Mablu and asked her to gauge how receptive the Moblins might be to the whole tourism concept. We're about to hold a meeting to discuss the matter, and I'd love to have you join us. When you're ready, head to Elder Zanuhali's residence in Okanu. Alright. We could teleport, or we could take the scenic route. It's just a short flight. Maybe we'll be able to eventually to whittle away the time here for the weather change as well, because if there's any cutscenes outside, the rain's gonna ruin it. It'll be like, wow, look at the beautiful vista. Rain. At least it's not as bad as fog. But the rain still is very obscuring. Fogs or clouds or something. This is a very beautiful zone though. Definitely, I've said this before many times, but my favorite zone aesthetically. In Dawntrail. In the trailing of the dawn. Alright, this is her residence, right? Oh wait, no wait, this is her residence right here. The Elder. There she is. But we're meeting here at the steps. There you are. The meeting will be held on the second floor. Earthenshire's Red Rock will be joining us. Oh, is that the... I think... Was that the one who led the Feat of Pots? I look forward to hearing about the Pots one's position on tourists coming to visit. Mapu seemed to think the artisans were enthused. Still, I can't help but feel nervous. Yeah, they are kind of like isolated out there, but you know... I'm sure they'd love to show off their wares. Like, come see how the moblin, like, quality goods are crafted, you know? As long as they wouldn't be bothersome to the pot swarm. Alright, her voice Yeah, she didn't. She had a regular voice in the cutscenes. It was kind of like a very warm voice. It was like, oh, what an honor this is, Retherok. Liplo and Kelwyn herself. Thank you for coming.
Retherok didn't know you were involved in Lucky Tour busy deals. How delightful it is to meet again.
Yep, good to meet you again. I believe I remember you. Not.
The peddler mentioned your proposal to bring tourists to Earthenshire. We should be glad to welcome them with open arms. The pot swarm were very supportive too.
Oh, that's great. I was worried there might be a little bit of like hesitance.
Ah, that's fantastic. Thank you. Though I have to ask, what if our customers distract your artisans from their work?
Yeah, that was the one thing I was worried about.
I'd hate for this arrangement to negatively impact Earthenshire's trade. No need for worry frowns. Many Potswood themselves think contact with outsiders will provide fresh inspiration.
Oh, that's good then. So they don't mind they don't mind breaking their, because they're a little bit more isolated out where they are in Cosmo, in the northern part of Cosmoka, so they don't mind having more people passing through.
We are happy to guide walk visitors too. Until recently, many help hands were recovering from hurty feels, but the situation has greatly improved.
Yeah, some pods were some of the helping hands or whatever. They got the help hands. They got hurt in the storm.
Besides, it will bring more opportunities to sell crafty goods. Mobbies will make sure the Potsworn can keep working unhindered, even during the Lucky Tours.
It should indeed. Our wares are proving popular with visitors to Okano. And the proceeds have enriched the community. Everyone stands to benefit.
Hell yeah.
It fills me with joy to hear stories of happiness spread through trade. The motto of the Pelupelu, man.
Retherok does have one question. The Great Stairs are still impassable as repairs are ongoing. So, how will visitors reach Earthenshire?
Liplo and I have discussed the matter at length. We'll send them over on flying punities.
Wait, flying?
Cannon. Cannon mounts fly. Wait, punities fly now? Or I don't know how to respond to that. Or sure, why not? Sounds feasible. Yeah, man, yeah. Listen, the fact that most mounts can fly is kind of like, oh, it's a gameplay thing. There have been a couple of lines where it's like, I think there was one thing somewhere that was just like, there's a hypothesis that, you know, like all things ancestrally were able to fly, and it's spoken of like it's a hypothesis that all things ancestrally were able to fly, and some individuals of the species might reawaken this trait. Is one of the explanations that's somewhere in there. And then some of the flying mounts we have, they do have additional explanation, like, oh, it's an enchanted saddle that's on them that allows them to fly. We'll go with the first one because, you know, it's like I said, like it's kind of like, you know, mostly a gameplay thing. Punities fly now. A handful of punity barges ply the waters between upstream Cosmoka and Tuliolo, but there's no direct route to the downstream region. The massive waterfall that lies between complicates the matter. Traveling by boat, you have to head downstream, then join Ihui Katumo, which is like the big river, and double back. It's quite convoluted. Wait, hold on. The massive waterfall that lies between complicates the matter. Traveling by boat, you have to head downstream, then join Ihui Katumo and double back. Yeah, going to the upstream region is easy, but then going the downstream route is a bit harder. I don't know how exactly this works logistically, but okay, we'll take your word for it. But there is an alternative. Though seldom used since the flight of Wingless was built, which is the stairs that connect the two areas. Hanu once imbued Punatis with the gift of flight, enabling them to transport passengers over the falls. Okay, they can do this. The method requires vast quantities of reeds, hence why we were unable to employ it during the Rite of Succession. But this might be the perfect occasion to revive the old ways. Okay, it requires massive amount of reeds. Noted.
Quick jump between Earthenshire and downstream Cosmoka. Bedrock likes the sound of that.
Of course, we'll need staff well versed in Punity care, which is why I've already reached out to some peacekeepers. A part of me balks at the idea of spending all that bell. Oh, Perina Abacus is sticking again. But my inner Abacus assures me that this is yet another worthwhile investment. There isn't a moment to lose. It's time to make airborne Punity travel a reality once more. All right. Flying Punities, let's go. I think is that the amount for this reputation? Oh, Genuhano's here.
I couldn't stand the idea of leaving all the work to our special advisor.
Oh wait, have we voiced this one before? We might have.
So I came along to help. The others should be here shortly.
I'm glad our plans for expansion look set to succeed. For their cooperation, I'll see to it that our Moblin and Hanu partners get their fair share of the profits. But let's first ensure that there will be additional profits to share in the first place.
We'll need a large effigy to channel our wind magic into the Punities.
Okay. This is how this is working.
And for that, we'll need plenty of reeds. Not to mention reams of cloth stitched with ether-enriched flight feathers. But you can leave the preparations for the latter to us Hanu.
I'll have business in the capital, so I'll procure the Punties. Come to think of it, I'll have to commission Wugevu to build an enclosure for them too. Yeah, Wugevu is the one that built the whole reputation area outside of Dokpoga. Which leaves the reeds. I realize this is grunt work, Kelvin, but permit me to entrust the harvest to you. On my own?
Speak with Gon Hanu in the fields of gold. He'll point you in the right direction.
Anyhow, I'd best be off. Let's reconvene later. Massive amounts of raids, no problem. Solo mission. All right, let's go. All right.
Well met. Zanuhari said you require some reeds. The plants nearby are ready to harvest. Feel free to take as much as you need. After all, we have you and your friends to thank for the bumper crop. You know, these days we get plenty of visitors to the fields. Some even ask to help with the harvest. Yeah, we got a daily that's been like, yeah, some of them want to like not just get a tour of the fields, but you know, get a feel of harvesting some of them themselves. It's a joy to see, that's for sure. Anyway, it won't be long until the next Ihihana. I hope you can join us again. It won't be long to the next Ihihana. Isn't it yearly? Interesting. Because it's like, festival season is once a year, right? So it's like, it won't be long to next Ihihana. Timeline? Ah, sorry. I should let you get to work instead of talking your ear off. Once you have what you need, deliver the reeds to Lanuhali in Kozauki. Or maybe it's just like, man, it won't be long. We'll be here before you know it, you know, that kind of thing. So once you finish gathering your share, take it to Kozauki and give it to Lanuhali. My colleagues and I will handle the remainder of the harvest. Okay, so we're just getting the first part of the harvest. Alright, let's go. Wee. Alright, lush green reeds. Alright, and then one more over here. This one looks particularly piddly, but okay. Alright, and then we gotta go and deliver these. Kozauki. Before? Yep, here we go. I think this is where they dry the reeds or something like that. Hello there. I hear you might have some reeds for me. Bundle of ether-rich reeds plucked straight from the paddy. Ether-rich. I wasn't expecting such a haul. Thank you. Together with the reeds my fellow Hano have collected, we should have enough to construct the effigy. The first step will be to dry the reeds with a little help from our wind. Yeah, okay, yeah, to dry the winds here. With our wind magics. Once the effigy itself is complete, all that will be left to do is swaddle it in special cloth. Okay. You needn't worry about the details, though. Don't worry about it too much, don't ask. We'll see to the rest. Return to the traveler agency in case they have need of you there. We often see visitors here in Kozauki. They listen to our tales of Kishaihi with such interest. Being able to share our culture is a joyful thing indeed. Alright.
right, Leap Blue, we return. Ah, there you are. I just got back myself. The Beastkeepers are on their way with the Punatees as we speak. Once the creatures are capable of flight, it'll be a quick hop to Earthenshire. I'm planning to offer bespoke tours to customers wishing to purchase pots one craft straight from the source. Oh, hey, Izu. Izu, thank you for the resubscribe. Much appreciated, much appreciated. Thank you for the continued support. Yeah, yippee. Yeah, welcome, welcome. Thank you again. Alright. Let me read this again for Leap Blue. Once the creatures are capable of flight, it'll be a quick hop to Earthenshire. I'm planning to offer bespoke tours for our customers wishing to purchase Potsworn crafts straight from the source. Thankfully, Wugavu agreed to work on the enclosure. Once the effigy is finished, we'll just need to wait for Zanuhali to arrive. All right. Has this just been an update in the story as we're getting flying Punatees in on this? Oh, there they are in the little enclosure. Oh, is that the effigy? Okay, all right. It's big.
Divine wind, lay claim to the effigy. Grant these water-bound beasts the gifts of flight.
No, this reminds me of? It reminds me of, like, imbuing us with water breathing thanks to the Kojin. Like, that's a permanent blessing. Wow, so, okay, alright. Okay. Creating an effigy and having the, Oh, that's not gonna be a problem. They're just like, I can fly! With faith, trust, and ether sprinkled dust. See, that's not gonna be a problem for, like, containing them now. Now they're just like, they're well trained, hopefully. Alright. Thanks to the efforts of all involved, the Turali Travel Agency is now replete with its own Punati enclosures and wind effigy. It's a very cool looking effigy, though. With the aid of the flight-imbued aquatic creatures, visitors may now experience the upper reaches of Kozumauka. Yet as the agency continues to broaden its horizons, it will need you to ensure that business keeps pace. All right. There we go. Our reputation is increased and respected. We got new quests available, and we're gonna get the 3 bonus ones that we can do. All right, Leap Blue. Thanks to the Punatees and their newfound gift of flight, movement of people and goods between here and upriver Kozumauka is picking up once again. This is a crucial step towards revitalizing the region. Alright. I tried to think about all the bell it costs to get the Punatees flying the skies, though. We'll just have... Was it supposed to be flying or flying? Anyway, we'll just have to work extra hard to recoup the investment. Alright, okay. Let's take a look. So we still have the usual people milling about here. This area is still on. We're gonna see what happens with that one eventually. And then, yeah, here we go. The new Punati effigy. And we got our flying Punatees down here. Feeding them like, looks like greens. Oh my god, actual animation of them tossing it into the mouth. Oh. Oh. Animation. They don't actually pick up the physical thing though, he just spawns one in his hand. Just keep doing it, dude. Wow. Oh my god, look at this one.
Who's a good girl? That's right, you are.
Oh my god, that one does a little rollover. Dude, they're so cute, dude. They're so cute. Alright. These are pretty strong flowing waters, but I guess these guys strong. I mean, this enclosure, I mean, look at it. This wasn't really much of an enclosure to begin with, lads. Look at this. That's easily these guys fit through here. Like enclosure, more like light suggestion. Maybe it's probably just to ward off other beasties, honestly. If these things are well trained enough not to just fly off. Very cool, very cool. I love how colorful it is, and it's got like the designs and stuff in it. They did good with it. They did good. Oh, we got some people hanging out here. Hanging here around this area now. Said, this is life. And by some people, I mean just that one lass. just the one. So we might end up doing something else with this area here then eventually too, eh? Alright. Wasn't sure where we were going with this one next, but I guess it's just like getting travel going between the upper and lower areas again. By imbuing the Punity with flight. Okay. So yeah, let's do the round of the dailies over here. We see read between the lines. Field of Gold Farming Taster Tour is proving wildly popular. It seems visitors enjoy the sense of connection with the local environment and the haunted way of life the experience provides. It's as smooth a start as I could have hoped for. Nonetheless, there's always room for improvement. Despite having already experienced the tour, I dare say you'll have more useful insights. Speak with the Patty tour guide in the Fields of Gold. They'll provide you with more details. Alright, and then the rudiments of fiend removal. You believe would have you showcase your combat skills. The guide in training you so kindly assisted has asked to see your fighting methods once again. They're waiting near the Stride of the Sun, just like last time. Seek them out and offer what help you can. And then the Nectar Collector. You believe wishes to replenish the travel agency's supply of fiend repellent. As part of our ongoing efforts to ward off fiends from the area, we've been using a powerful incense. Stocks have dwindled, however, and we'll soon need to craft a new batch. Unfortunately, we don't have the necessary ingredients to hand. We create the incense using nectar of a particularly fragrant flower. The only trouble is, it grows in a somewhat perilous location. There aren't many we can ask to brave the trip. But I don't imagine our special advisor will have much trouble. Here, take these extractors. Using them should be able to harvest. You should be able to harvest nectar without harming the foliage. Head to Shodune. The plant is known to bloom in the surrounding area. All right, and then Breath of Foul Air. Yubli needs help eliminating a malodorous monster. Malodorous. The residents of Earthenshire have shared a worrying report with us. It seems an Urkopacha Morble has been spotted slithering around the area. Oh, Morbles and Urkopacha? Okay. I don't remember seeing any. Possibly fled here since Valle Gramanda's reawakening. That particular breed is known to belch volcanic gases. Oh, volcanic, okay. Or something close to it. Should it be allowed to roam unchecked, I can only imagine the disruption it would cause to our tour routes. Please, I ask that you travel to Miakbek Zoma and slay the malodorous monster. The pristine air of Kozma Uga must be preserved. For tourism. Big bellies to fill. Yubli is struggling to keep the voracious punities fed. Yeah, that one definitely, it was eating a lot. Our precious punities are full of life as always. Their newly acquired ability to fly has them in high spirits, if you'll excuse the jest. But their airborne jaunts do seem to leave them ravenous of appetite. They need meals of densely packed nutrients to keep them aloft, and Chickachuck, our Moblin cook acquaintance, has promised to prepare a suitable repast. I don't want to trust the Moblins with cooking, but maybe they'll be alright. The Moblins don't... Well, it's not like they don't make food for others. I mean, we saw that they made a pretty good meal for their the pods, so the food that they like is not good. Would you mind heading over to Many Fires to collect the punity feed? And then the hand that feeds. Yubli has plans for a new sightseeing activity. Kelvin, as our special advisor, I would like you to have the experience of feeding the punities. Yes. Aside from Miss Sulcha, the chief beast handler. Okay. I wonder if they're beast masters, then probably of the Dopro, right? The Dopro clan. Only a handful of other workers ever perform this vital task. But if we can train the creatures to eat calmly from anyone's hand, then I believe such an activity would make a fine addition to our sightseeing menu. Hell yeah, dude. People would love that shit. I would love that shit. Please head over to the punity pen, and the Hand Keeper will guide you through the feeding process. I don't know if you could do it, anyone could do it though, because the Warrior of Light, typically we're always shown to have like a way with animals. The capital is abuzz with talk of our inroads into River Cosmoka. No doubt we'll be seeing an even greater influx of visitors than before. Though with more people comes more potential for trouble. The agency mustn't accommodate those who would exploit the region. Solid. They're consistently looking out to make sure that this shit's gonna be, it's good for everybody. I like that. I like it. Alright, let's see what we got here. So... yeah, this one's just stopping by Many Fires. Here we go. Make sure none get lost in the menu. Alright, time to feed the punity, man. Oh hey, there's some people over here by this thing. Apparently we have to ride in the punities. I know, I can't wait to visit Earthenshire. People like it, man. We're here to ride him. Very cool. Peckish punity. Mew, apparently. Mew. My assistant feeder has arrived. Come, don't be shy. That right there is a cornflower treat we give the punities in between regular feedings. Now the trick is to hold it with the fingers, but to not to hold it with the fingers. I was gonna say, you hold it like feeding a horse, but to rest it in your palm. Hold the treat up in front of the hungry girl, and she'll be happy to gobble it down. I think tossing it would probably be better. Look at the size of this thing's mouth, dude. Like, ain't no way I'm gonna trust that to gently pick it up, dude. That's like a vacuum. We saw the punities in the friggin' thing. They're vacuum cleaners, man. They strongly so. Like, I ain't gonna look at how tiny my hand is compared to that thing's mouth. Ain't no fucking way. I just toss it at them, but alright, okay. Just balance the treat on your open palm. Bring it close and the punity will do the rest. Trust 100%. Meal. Apparently. Cornflower treat, a sweet, juicy treat used to please a punity's palate.
Mew, mew.
The punity really inhales the cornflower treat. Really? That probably does really inhale. Her rounded face lights up with what can only be described as a look of bliss.
Oh, look how happy she is. Judging by that reaction, there should be no problem allowing our customers to experience feeding time. please head back to Ubli and let him know how well things went.
New exclamation mark this time. Alright, dude, cutie patootie. Alright. Let's do the rest of them here then. Let me see. So yeah, we are. Let's do this. We'll like zigzag, zigzag across the map. Maybe we'll go like these two, or maybe like these three, and then loop back around. It's probably be all right. That's what we'll do. We'll do the ones in the lower level here, and then loop around to the ones in the higher level. All right, we're helping this guide in training.
Special advisor, thank you for coming. I learned a great deal from you last time, but I still have a long way to go. I hope you don't mind me requesting your tutelage again. I left a hunk of meat in the underbrush to try and lure out some feeds. If you could deal with the creatures that appear, I shall watch at a safe distance and study your technique.
All right, so then we started blasting. So you see, lured away, stay at ranged, freaking destroy, and then get in range to knock it with a blast. Dodge. Get behind it, kick its butt.
A truly impressive display. I doubt I'll be able to mimic every technique you use, but I'm getting a better sense now of how to use space during a fight. I'll be incorporating everything I've learned into my daily training. Thanks again.
All right, there we go. Help that guy. And then let's see. We still need... Right, the tour of the reed patties, and then the nectar, then slaying the morble, and then picking up the punity feed from many fires. Yes, this is the same person as before. I was just wondering maybe if they'd switch it up. Basically, this is somebody who tends to some the small amount of fields that there are in Tuliolol itself, and they're eager to try their hands at the farming techniques here.
If it isn't the special advisor, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you taking part. Let's make a start, shall we?
I wanted to see how the reeds I tended to last time were faring, so I signed up again.
That's wonderful to hear. It's a pleasure to share our customs with visitors, whether it be festivals or farming techniques. You'll soon spot the overcrowded clusters that need tending to. All you need to do is pull out the stunted plants.
He's like, I'm back for round 2. Oh, do we have to go back? No, don't even have to go back to talk to them.
Wonderful. I couldn't have done a better job myself. Feel free to leave the reeds you uprooted on the ground. My associates and I will come to gather them up later. Phew, I'm starting to feel it in my back, but that's all part of the fun. I think I'll keep going for a while longer. A little back pain won't stop me.
Yeah, this guy.
Not while there's work to be done. Thanks for your help. Usually we spread our rich blend of natural fertilizer after thinning the reeds, but you can leave that step to us.
All right, and then gather the nectar, and then we'll loop over to the top area for this round of the dailies. It's going to be in the cave. Here we go. Nectar extraction device. Alright, boom shakalaka. So we just have two things left to do. One, slay the marble. Two, pick up the punity feed. Let me take a sip of water as we're flying out this way. Stay hydrated, everybody. Stay hydrated. A little bit off course. There we go. There we go. Wonder if they're just gonna give it like a regular marble model or not. Yep, just regular marble model. I was like, maybe they'll make it volcanic. Oh no, these are there's marbles out here usually. I guess they're not supposed to be here usually. Alright, there we go. Boom shakalaka. Marble defeated. And then... yeah, to many fires. And then we've looped back to Dog Pogo. Again, that's such a pretty area. The part up here though, it's fucking cloudy, so you can't fucking see as well. But the part up here with the waterfalls and the many of the different colored trees, and going through this in the questing, I was just like, oh my god, it's so pretty. Like, look at this shit. Beautiful. Alright, here we go. Check-a-chuck.
Lowlanders, help-handing for the Rook Tour business. Chekochuk was expecting you. Chekochuk gathered many different foodstuffs and tried many different food mixes, but his latest belly filler is sure to satisfy even the most hungry tummy punity. Quickly now, take this cook Mobby's offerings and still those belly growls. Give Chekochuk's greetings and belly filler to Yubli.
Alright.
Huh? Why are you grass cutting? Bobby is making green garden to grow all kinds of goodie plants.
He's a reaper in the making. Alright. Oh, was this area on the water always here? Is that a third area in the water now? Look at that. This is a fucking strong current on this fucking river. And this is a third area now? Is this always here? Oh, we can't even go out there. No. There's like, we're expanding. You can't go there though. Fuck off. I guess maybe there'll be more areas along this river to show that the shit's picking up or whatever. Ooh, look at the way that's underlit by all the fucking lights, man. It's like, yeah, light that shit up. I guess the little puff balls here glow.
All right, now let's hand these all in.
Here you are, Kelvin. It seems like you enjoy your time in the fields. Some of the deserters have signed up for the experience multiple times. They seem to enjoy seeing the reeds they tended to steadily flourish. Ultimately, I think the Hannah will appreciate having a regular stream of helpers in the reed fields. I hope you consider taking part again soon. And then the rudiments of fiend removal. When it comes to fending off fiends, I can't think of a better reference point than your considerable skills. I'm sure our young guide in training gained much from the experience. Guides bear a heavy burden of responsibility. Not only must they keep guests safe, they have to ensure that their tours are enjoyable and informative. Every ounce of training is vital. We Pelu may be ill-suited to combat, but seeing our guides persevere with their training is inspiring. I'll endeavor to keep contributing to the agency in my own way. As ever, your help is greatly appreciated. Alright, and then the nectar collector. Welcome back. We're able to harvest sufficient nectar. That we were, that we were. I recognize that scent. Excellent work, Kellen. It was the Hanu who shared the repellent recipe with us. Apparently it's especially effective at warding off fiends native to Kozumaoka. Thanks to the powerful scent, fiend encounters are down, and customer satisfaction is up. It's also alleviated some of the burden placed on our guides turned protectors. Anyway, we soon get through the stuff, so I'll let you know the next time our stocks need replenishing. Alright, and then Breath of Foul Air. You've dispatched that mountain marble then. Now, this will come as a welcome relief to the area's inhabitants. People in Punity alike can breathe easy once more. The natural beauty of Kozumaoka is a national treasure and our industry's greatest asset. It's the agency's best interest to heed the warning calls of our neighbors and do all we can to keep that beauty unspoiled. Alright, hell yeah. Your assistance is most appreciated. We'll keep watch for further incursions and may need your help again should the other such pests rear their pestilent heads. Alright, and then big bellies to fill. You have Chicochuck's perfected feed? Belly filler feed. The special feed has been custom made by Chicochuck to fill hungry Punity bellies. Moblin sounded quite confident in his creation, did he? Well, it certainly has some heft. We shall see how the Punities fare on this new nutrient-rich diet. Thank you for going out of your way to make the delivery. We'll be ordering Chicochuck's feed on a regular schedule, so we'd appreciate any assistance you can provide with the future shipments. Alright, and then lastly, the hand that feeds. Thank you for helping with the chores. If the Punities are happy, then I'm happy too. Still, you must have a way with animals to so easily win them over. We do. We do. Often noted for the Warrior of Light. We'll have to add you to the feeding roster on a more permanent basis. All right, there we go. That was the first round of the dailies there. Continue to chip away at this with the dailies, and then yeah, we'll see where this story goes for next week. We keep getting through the reputation one rep level at a time. Yeah, it's gonna be eight rep levels in total, and then because the allied one will be from doing all of the reps, which aren't out yet. Aren't out yet here in here in Dawntrail, because we're gonna be getting the Gatherer and Crafter reputation. I think probably in the 0.2 patch, because I remember I caught up with Endwalker in the 0.2 patch cycle, so I didn't manage to I came back to the game just before Endwalker launched, and then I was like catching up with everything, and I don't think I made it until didn't make it with everything until the 0.2 patch hit. I think it was, yeah, somewhere around there. And so I'm honestly surprised I got there as fast as I did. Anyway, and so, yeah. That's when those will probably be coming. That's when we'll probably get the other reputations, and then it'll be a while before the allied quest line comes out, because I think that was at the end, near the end of Endwalker, so it'll probably be closer toward there. But I'm really looking forward to seeing what they're gonna do with the gathering and the crafting reputation, the 2 reputations that they're gonna have, because, like I said, some people have just postulated, you know, Moblin for the crafting one. But considering we're getting a little bit of Moblins here in Cosmoka, maybe they'll go with something different. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe we'll go out to Shalawani for one of them, perchance. Something to do in Shaloni. Maybe Alexandria. Yaktel. Maybe with like the Mamook or something. Maybe the gathering one will be in Mamook. Like, we'll get to see the boon of our effort in bringing in seeds, like we were going to, like making sure that they have better crops in Yakdao. Bringing in seeds that will do well in that forest. That could be a fun one. All right. Anyway, though, now that we're done with this, next up on the docket is we're going to be continuing the custom delivery storylines that we've been slowly chipping away on. So let's get out to... We're currently on the 2nd of the Endwalker custom deliveries. I think this is going to be the last... let me see, it should be here. Here we go, timers. It should be the last... one for Anden here, the 2nd of the Endwalker custom deliveries, and then so we're gonna finish this one out, and then we'll start on the last Endwalker custom delivery, which is Margrat. The last one we'll have to do before we're all caught up, man. So let's get out to... Let me see. What if I teleport from here to Mordona? Yeah, this will be fine. Gotta get up to the first. We gotta get out to the first. All right. Let's get out here to the Crystarium, then we gotta go to, Ilmeg. Let's just step foot into Lakeland and then we'll go teleport out there. Just reducing the teleportation fee slightly. Of course, it's also raining here. It's also raining here. I feel like I rarely see the rain weather condition in Little Meg, but you know, here we are. All right, let me remind myself, we've already started in on this delivery. All right, so yeah, this is traditional handicrafts. All right, so yeah. All right, let's do a little recap. Basically, there's not a lot to recap on, honestly. This one's been pretty straightforward, but yeah, here we are back with Anden. Here we are back with the Anden custom deliveries. I believe this is going to be the finale for the delivery. Basically, he's a leafman who has gained a little bit of sentience and mobility and whatever have you. And the pixies think they might be able to transform him back to his original state. But to do so, he has to have a firm idea in his mind of what his true form was originally like, and he's been trying to remember. So we learned that he was a Vobertite. He lived in the times of Vobert, and the pixies have been glamoring him into different races or whatever based on the tales that he's been telling. He was a shepherd, a sheep herder, and often would travel to the sea. And what we're delivering to him now to remind him is handicrafts, stuff that he feels like he might have had a hobby at some point, something that he would craft by the fire. And so we're helping him with that. Let's get on to crafter here, and then let's hand in 3 of these. Let's see. Obertite handicraft material 3. There we go. All right, let's just get out of the township here so we can listen to the pretty Meg music. And then let's see, custom deliveries, traditional Obertite handicraft. So we did deliver 3 last time, so it'll just be 3 more here, and then we'll see where the story goes. Whoops, we had a proc there.
That's fine.
Oops, I think I should probably just use the second groundwork. Yeah, it's all good. Just barely didn't make it there. All right. There we go, easy peasy. Let's go hand these in to Anden.
Good evening, Kelwyn. I feel likely to regain the rest of my memories at any moment. Just a little further, and I'm sure to recall my true form.
All right, let's hand these over. This expertly crafted statue reflects what the Vobertite people truly valued: sheep.
But once boasted a high population of artisans who crafted armor and weapons and all sorts of little things. I have no doubt a master craftsperson stands somewhere in these flowering fields, a leafman forever dreaming of creation.
And this is just the usual high quality line. All right, and then the last one here.
I must say, recently it feels easier than ever to recall details from my former life. Oh, I'm all aflutter. I don't just mean the breeze through my branches. And I don't just mean the breeze through my branches. I have little doubt that it's all thanks to you and these incredibly familiar supplies you've been bringing me. The desire to put my hands on them is overwhelming.
To get crafting?
It's like I remember the crafting life. Yes, I know these waves of inspiration well. Without a doubt, I passed many a happy evening absorbed in my crafting. I remember making and selling all sorts of things. Sheepskin rugs, for instance, and they fetched a good price too. And nothing warms a stone house better.
You had a warm, fluffy rug in your house too, Anden. Oh, it's so very, very soft and lovely for snoozing.
Oh, I did, didn't I? I remember becoming so absorbed in the finer points of crafting and leather work that I once petitioned different sorts of skins from this Mistral hunter I knew. What was their name again?
Interesting. I do wonder, a Mistal hunter, because some of the people that he's mentioning here could vaguely be in reference to the Warriors of Darkness. Like he mayhaps knew them as he was wandering through. Like a Mistal hunter would have been part of Arbert's squad, but we don't really get names. It's just like, you know, there's just like they could be them, but it's kind of vague enough that maybe they're not. Right now, glamored into the Mistal. Oh, with the green tail.
Yes, I had a feeling this was coming.
You know me so well, Anden. But you don't have to restrain yourself. I do so love it when you bluster and fluster and wiggle about in delightful confusion. Go on. Go on.
Being flustered on command, that's not... How am I supposed to... Oh, I'm doing it, aren't I?
That reminds me. They say there's a fairy red mistle made entirely of crystal who's friends with our king. Fairy red mistle. Any friend of the king must be friends with their soplin, right? Not necessarily, but we do know the mistle in question. Man, if Rahatio is still trying to keep the secret, dude. Mistle, 100%. Smile and nod. I knew it. Ariange and the Crystal Mistle. What lovely friends you have. Ariange and the Crystal Mistle.
Friends. Do you suppose I had friends? I remember a particular group of people with whom I associated. Yes, they would help me with work sometimes, and... Is it gonna be the Arbrit squad? Arbrit squad? Oh, that's right. Those people I've been remembering, they were travelers.
Oh my god, it is gonna be Arbrit squad, isn't it? So that mention of like that one, I think it was elf, the Elizin or whatever, would have been Neilbert or whatever, and he was just like is particularly averse to cold or something. Like I think it was the one of the dwarf, the Lalafell would have been the healer lass, Lamet. There you go. Was complaining about one of her comrades drinking. That could have been Arbert. Or something like that. Let me see. We've gotten talk of the dwarf and the Elizin and, or it technically could have been Syella maybe. Or Silva. But it could have also been Neilbert and then the Mistle. Which means we're the Rogadin. I don't think we ever got Rogadin in this, did we?
A Galgant, 2 elves. Yeah, this is a dwarf and a Mistle. There was one more, wasn't there? Who was it? Hume?
Dude, man, it was Arbrit squad, wasn't it? 2 elves because it was Nalbert and Silva. It was Arbrit squad.
Of course, Ardbert. Wait, what's that look for? Did you know Ardbert as well?
In a sense. And he's with us now.
What a coincidence. Well, I suppose he did traverse the realm on his various adventures.
I thought he did.
but he and his comrades spent a winter here once. They helped me with all sorts of little quests and errands, and at the end of a long day's work, we often broke bread together. Oh my god, of course they were just like, let's get this music up here, dude, alright. Shadowbringers. Our first meeting was rather dramatic, though. I seemed to give them all quite a shock, but after the initial awkwardness, we became fast friends.
Quite a shock how.
Ever they ventured nearby, they would always make a point to call. Wait, why were they so shocked by me? Something feels odd.
Okay, yeah, we're getting into it. Why were they shocked? Was he even a person at all to begin with? Was he maybe something else? Not one of the spoken races? But he went into the city, so he couldn't have been that strange. Oh, what's happening? And it now considers you a hold on. We'll come up down here. And could not be happier with efforts. Now considers you a familiar, friend-like face. Through your efforts, Anden has remembered much more of his former life. It seems, however, that he has a different sort of question to ask you. What's happening? A new quest continuing the story of Anden as efforts to regain his true form is now available. Alright, let's see where this goes, dude. See, we got the achievement there. And this comes with Leaf Whisperer as the title. Okay, let's see if Eotir has anything new to say. She hasn't. Nope, same line. Alright. Every Anden of the rainbow. Anden is deep in thought, or so one may assume. His face remains inscrutably leafy. I just called every Anden of the rainbow.
You, Kelwyn, travel far and wide as Arbert once did.
That we do.
A traveler, some would say. Tell me, what sort of encounter would leave one so forthright at a loss for words?
Something they weren't expecting. Meeting a talking shrub might do it, or one with a person all too like myself. That wouldn't be too shocking. That would be meeting, like, are you talking like meeting Arbiter's ghost? If you mean to ask about Arbert, why not consult Seto instead? We could go talk to Seto. Meeting a talking shrub might do it. Maybe we'll suggest talking to Seto. I do wonder, like, it's never brought up, but, like, what kind of effects? Like, there would have been effects with Arbor rejoining with us, right? Like, he rejoined with all his memory and everything like that. Like, do we get any of that? Is there any, like, inkling? Is it, like, sometimes we just, like, it's like we there's been moments where, like, we hear him. Specifically at the end of the 5.3 patch fight, or before the 5.3 fight with Elidibus. And then at the very end of Ultima Thule, or not at the very end of Ultima Thule, but when you're at the end of the walk, there's a line that from one of the little, like, whisper, like, the figments that you hear along the way. The last line is from Arbert, and it's a line that he hasn't said before, which is a new line. Oh, hey, Stepchild. Hello, welcome, welcome. Oh, Annen's a cat now. Yep. The pixies glamoured him to a cat because he was talking about a mistle. Talking about Makote. let's say this one. If you mean to ask about Arbert, why not consult Seto instead? Was he there? Maybe he'll know.
Seto, where have I heard that name? Oh, Arbert's Amaro, was it? Wait a moment. I recognize a certain irony in my asking, but are you suggesting that this Amaro can speak?
Yep. Yep, such is the way with some Amaro, man. They live long enough and they some of them gain the ability to speak based on like the old Ronkin magics re-emerging in them.
That's highly unusual, to say the least. I dare say I would be the one in shock if we ever were to meet. Rare occurrences. Unexpected meetings. Oh! That's why none of Eartear's glamours felt quite right. Kelwyn, call the Fairy King. I think I've remembered who I am.
Okay, because he's not one of the spoken races? Nod. All right, Feul. Feul, my most beautiful and beloved branch, I need you. Or, work your magic, Feul. Oh, I'll call upon thy power, O great Fairy King. We'll go with the first one. My most beautiful and beloved branch, I require thine aid. Oh, to be called so passionately by my sweetest sapling. My spirit is all song. Yay, Theo. Of course. Your branch has come to offer the full extent of their power, just as they promised. Thank you, most beautiful and beloved branch, Theo. Now we're back to the jaunty music. Hold on. Leafman, heed me well. If these magics are to fail, you will melt into the earth as naught but an amalgamation of soil and grime. Yeah, the ones that failed transformations on a Leafman will turn them into a Mudman. Have you remembered your true form, marrow to soul?
Yes, I have, I think.
That doesn't fill me with confidence, Anden. Very well then, let us see what you become. Okay, alright, okay, shining. Oh, a Viera. Or in this case, a Vis. He did have...
Ow. It worked! I'm a person, a real person!
We did it, dude. We did it. That's why maybe not a lot of the Vis were found outside of the jungle.
Just look at me. I haven't got roots or leaves or anything anymore. I'm free.
Oh, Anden. True Anden. How I miss you most of all Andens. I love how he still seems like grass. Like they gave him like the green hair and like the flopped over ears. It looks like a sprout.
It makes sense, doesn't it? Men such as I are hardly a common sight even amongst our own people.
Oh, right. Not just because most of the Vis are in the forest, but also because he's a male Vis. And they aren't very common. I understand now. I'm just so used to seeing the male bun boys everywhere nowadays. And you know, we've been journeying with Aaronville a lot. in you know, in the Dawntrail, so I was just like, oh, okay.
Yes, quite. I'm sure Arbut never expected to meet one of us out here.
Yeah, especially in Vober, dude, yeah. Dude looks suave as shit, but I've given him this voice, so here we go.
It's all coming back to me now. I left the Great Wood to explore the outside world. Came to Vobert, met my very first sheep, and the rest is history. It was at that moment I knew I was meant to be a shepherd.
Dude, man, he found the passion in life, man.
Met my first sheep, and that was it. I was sold. I was in. I was truly happy as a shepherd. If it were not for the flood.
Rough time, man. That's rough, buddy.
Of course. The flood. My village. Did it survive? I must go and see what became of it.
Dude, yeah, no. I'm sorry. The Fae took over. But there are some survivors that managed to probably make it to the Crystarium. You're leaving Anden. Oh, or he means his original village back in Raktika. But you're never left? Not even with when those white beasties came to slurp you up and crunch your bones. Are they gonna go together? Leafless man, understand. We pixies are not wont to release the mortals we adore. Well, what if he forms a pact with this pixie? As you yourself are one so favored by the Fae, I grant you permission to remain in the Kingdom of Rainbows, if such is your wish. In your true and rightful form, of course. However, you're no longer bound to our land. You're free to travel the wide realm, as does my brave sapling. And carefully upon your decision, mortal, that you have no cause to regret it. Brave sapling. Thanks, Fae. Oh, I so enjoy this time with you, my adorable, dearest sapling. Let's meet again soon, yes, very soon. See you later, Fae. King of the Fairies, beloved branch. They're great. If I could forgot Fae was in this quest line very briefly. Very briefly, but they are there. They just sort of show up and we're just like, Fae, can you help us turn this leafman into a person? And she's like, for my sapling I can do it, but he needs to remember his true self. And then we go on this journey, and then there's this part with them at the end. Boom. Congratulations, you're a person now. Fae, Fairy King, out. Alright, out here. Foolish Anden. Oh, I can't let him leave. I shan't. Why don't y'all go together, dude? Fae freaking goes wherever the fuck Fae wants.
Have you ever been to the Raktika Greatwood, Kelvin? I don't imagine you've had cause to visit the V settlement there.
Listen, man, I've been to many places. I have indeed been there. It was a journey. We had to go there. It was the light worm run rampant anyway. It was pretty crazy mad times. But yeah, we're in good with them. Allies of Ronka. Prophecy fulfilled.
An ally of Ronka.
Yep.
And you've been to Fano. Well then. My village is far deeper in the woods.
Oh, okay.
But Fano might be a good place to start.
Okay, so his village. He comes from a different village than Fano. Okay, all right. Deeper in the woods, then it might be kind of screwed, dude. Who knows? I mean, that entire area did survive though. Like none of the woods that would have been the woods of Raktika are in the same spot that the 12's wood is, and on the map, none of that is close to the wall of light. So it wouldn't have been destroyed entirely, but Sin Eaters could have attacked it. Who knows?
Would you be willing to accompany me that far? To be honest, I'm not sure I could explain myself with any credibility if questioned.
Yeah, dude. I'll go with you.
Thank you. Your presence is more reassuring than you know.
No. How could you, Anden? After I tried so hard to keep you safe, after I told the others to give you leaves and roots so those awful monsters couldn't touch you.
Oh, okay. To make him a leaf man.
So you could live happily ever after with your precious sheep.
You turned me into a leafman to protect me.
Yeah, there's been, I think, another instance in a side quest where that happened, where one of the people were turning into a Sin Eater and they turned into a leafman instead. Someone who they were friends with.
Oh dear.
Also, hey again, Nero. Looks like queues died down for dungeons. Oh, you in a long queue right now?
Yeah, it's
This time of day, yeah.
My apologies, Kelvin. I think Eotir and I need time to speak alone. Go ahead, Defano, would you? I'll meet you there.
Dude, I don't want to leave you alone with the pixie. Dude, can't y'all just make a pact? Eotir, go with him, dude.
There's no need to fret, Eotir. I'm just going to visit, nothing more.
Oh, I heard that one before. They said Fano is filled with pretty vase, lady vase. You're gonna leave forever and forget all about me.
Wow, now she's jealous.
I forbid it. You mustn't go.
I'm losing the accent. It's going a different one now.
Oh, Anden, please don't go.
Go with him, dude. Nothing's stopping you. Go with him. Been in queue for 24 minutes now? Oof. Oof the doof, man. Yeah, it was a long one. Alright, well, let's go to Fano and hope everything's gonna be alright here. Like, oh boy. Alright, but let me see. Let's open the map. Yeah, if we look at Norvrand, oh, you can't, it doesn't come up with the full map here. Does it? No, it doesn't. Doesn't show unless... There we go. This is the one I wanted. This is the one I wanted. So as you can see, like, if this is the Raktika Great Woods, this is where the 12s would be. So, like, most of, like, half of probably what would be Girabania kind of got cut off here. Like, most of the more mountainous areas. So this would be, like, the fringes that are still alive, but everything else fucking nuked. So, like, this later part of it, well, probably some of the early part of it, because this is where it would start getting into to Ilsabard. And, like, the Gimlet Dark and Worlet. And then down here, the southernmost part of what would be Thanalan. But this one is Amarang. Was cut off. And then to the north, the northern reaches of here, so this would probably be the northern mountain ranges, and then right here would probably be most of the what would be the Dravanian hinterlands. So a lot of the Dravanian lands cut the fuck off. But yeah, this is where we currently are, where Vobert is, and now is the City of Rainbows. And then yeah, the ocean. Yeah, so it wouldn't have been destroyed by light, but it could have been attacked by Sin Eaters. Anyway, let's get out to Raktika. Alright, we're really just waiting for him and me. Oh, wow, it's all blasted by the Lahi suddenly. I didn't brace myself for the Lahi. It's been a while, man. It's been a while since the Lahi. Alright, I guess we're waiting right outside of Fano. Okay, he's here, thank God.
There you are. I hope you weren't waiting over long. It's been quite some time since I've navigated these woods. Or had legs. Or had legs even with which to navigate.
You there, halt! Oh, also with the green hair. Is this going to be like a relative, maybe? I mean, they are Vs, so there would have been some... I think one of the older Vs we met was one that was alive during the time of the flood, so 100 years ago. But yeah, if he was alive during the time of the flood, there might be some Vs still alive that would know him because they're a long-lived race. An unidentified male blundering graciously through the trees like a child. You're lucky the scout thought to call me before anyone else. But to think we would meet again, Giltet. Oh. Oh, he must have taken a different name.
Giltet.
He doesn't remember? Oh, wait, no, maybe he does.
Of course, Giltet! Which makes you... Talina. It just came back to me. Anden is an assumed name, you see. My birth name is Giltet. This person who looks quite a lot like me is... Sister? Cousin?
Is the hair.
Talina. Giltet's younger sister. 'Tis an honor to make your acquaintance, Ally Vronka.
Okay, younger sister. Okay, alright, okay. But still long, like, it would have been 100 plus years old. As the flood happened, like, 100 years ago. And he remembers times before the flood as well.
The forest spoke
The forest spoke to me of your departure, but after the flood, the forest spoke. Okay. I had given up on ever seeing you again. And to willingly part with your name is one thing, but to forget it entirely. And but to forget it entirely, what did the outside world do to you, brother? He encountered the Fae. It was pretty crazy for him.
I don't know how to explain.
I do.
Pixies.
Okay, so listen. He set up shop in Vobert where he became a shepherd. During the flood, many creatures that existed in other places got driven into the area of Norvrant as it was slowly consuming the world. Most of the Fae set up in Vobert, and, when the flood happened, the shit kind of went extra crazy, and to help preserve him against Sinier's attack or whatever have you, the fairies turned him into a bush. They tend to do that. That happens a lot. And then recently he regained sentience and his memories and everything like that, but he spent a long time as a bush, basically. Very magic. I hardly believe what I'm hearing, Giltet. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. While we were fleeing immitigable disaster, you were too captivated with your sheep to so much as seek shelter. Oh yeah, he did want to keep his sheep safe, so he stayed with them even past the times of the flood. Spared certain death only by the caprices, capriciousness, the whims of the Fae. You spent the intervening time as a leafman, blissfully unaware of your own existence.
Immitigable disaster. So our village, it...
Yeah, well, if she's here, then it's good. Painful though it was, abandoning the village when we did spared many a fate worse than death. Okay, so they abandoned the village. Many, but not all. Some fell to sin eaters, while others have since left the woods as you did. You may not find many you recognize here, Giltet. If you decide to return to the Great Wood, even so, however, I would welcome you.
I had best return to Ilmeg. Someone needs to look after the sheep. I also owe a great debt to someone there. The very same someone who transformed me, actually. I too assumed that they had made me into a leafman on a whim, but that's not the case. It was to ensure that I wouldn't become something far worse. That even part of the... right, because I remember when Feul was talking about transforming Anden back to a leafman, they said that, that now that we have magics to counter basically the effects of light poisoning with the Porxies, that we would need that. So maybe he got infected with light and to transform into a leafman was a mercy. Like that other side quest that we knew that happened. But we didn't, when he transformed, we didn't do anything like that. We didn't have a Porxie on hand or something. Anyway. That's not the case. It was all to ensure that I wouldn't become something far worse. That even part of the true me might safely live on. To turn my back on them after that seems gauche. But I would never abandon my little sister either. Perhaps I can visit as my duties allow.
Unfettered yet honor-bound. Not even being changed into a bush could shake that from you, I see. Unfettered yet honor-bound. Very well, come and visit when you have the chance. I'm sure the other girls would be glad of it.
Okay, alright, okay. All right. Listen, not a lot of guys survive the flood. They're rare enough as is. Oh, okay, all right. Good V's boys, or any V's boys for that matter, on low supply these days. All right, so I suggest you leave ere you find yourself swarmed by suitors, unless that sounds like better fun than your sheep. All right, dude, man, dude, okay. Your sage guidance is noticed, sister. Truly, Talina. I'm glad to see you well. Let us speak again soon. He gets flustered so easily, though, man. I think to be crowded by the ladies, he would be super flustered about it. I best return to the hunt. But you have my thanks. All right. Lahi? Let's get a little resolution there as well.
That's great, dude. He was a beast this entire time. Alright, we gotta get back. We gotta get back to Lidhalaran. This poor man, though, is gonna be like the only mortal here in the realm of the Fae, dude. He's gonna have a rough time. Good luck, King. Eotir?
He came back. And he came home.
Yeah, see, there you go. It's all good. He came back. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. He wasn't gone very long.
I'm glad we got out of there without any fuss. That smoke of Talina's did not bode well for me.
Apparently, dude, you'd be very popular with the ladies there, dude.
I can't believe our village is gone. But I'm grateful to have seen my sister again. I even remembered my birth name. Always liked it. But when I left the forest, I thought taking a local name would strengthen my resolve.
taking that many of the Viera that leave do a city name. Like Aaronville took the name Aaronville, and a name is escaping me right now, but the one that's part of the Evilise series, Fran, there we go, was also a city name. Though I think she might have been raised in Dalmasca. I don't know. No, I think she might have left from Golmar. There are many who do so, to leave the forest or the mountains or wherever their group usually is, to take up life in the cities.
Thus, Anden the Shepherd was born. A good Vobotite sheepkeep with a good Vobotite name. And seeing as I am still Vobotite sheepkeep, or close enough to one anyway, I think I'll stay Anden for the time being.
All right, dude.
Oh, my thoughts are finally clear. Finally, I feel like my own self, true and whole. Thank you for helping me, Kelwyn. I simply couldn't have done it without you.
Hell yeah, dude. Let's start transforming some of these other Leafmen back into people. Wouldn't that be great for most of them, eh? Some of these guys were frig fracks or whatever have you, but some of them might like their life back, and by some of them were frig fracks, I mean like part of the people that came and chased after us with the Yulmore army. But you know, like maybe we could get to transform some of these other ones back, eh, guys? Yeah. How does that sound, eh? Maybe Anden is a unique case because he did like gain sort of like the sentience as Leafman on his own.
Oh, I'm so happy I came back, Anden.
I was ready to throw you into a scary, sticky dream if you didn't. The second part's why sticky? Why? Okay. Because yeah, there's the key, the realm of the dreams, of the pixie reputation.
Just as promised, I can't wait to get back to shepherding. And I have a debt or two to repay where you're concerned, Aotia.
Silly Anden, you don't owe me anything at all.
Really? Normally a fae would keep that over them. Oh man, okay.
Don't you remember? You used to leave out little offerings of sheep's milk and sweeties all the time. Say that you remember?
Leaving out goodies for the pixies? This is like classic fairy tale shit. And then you leave some out for the fairies so that they don't curse you.
Oh, I did, didn't I? I heard tales of pixies that lived in these parts, so I made a point to leave them little things I thought they might enjoy. Called to force of habit from my days attending woodland spirits.
Like elementals? Like elementals, maybe? We don't get a lot of, like, there's no, like, even though there's elementals in the 12's wood on the source, there's not a lot of that in Raktika. Just, like, there's some mention of, like, the energy of the wood or whatever have you, but not really the elementals that we know them. Okay, the woodland spirits. Okay, all right. There is also notably some woodland spirits in Yaktael as well. There's a side quest that has one of them that seems elementally like. So it's got the same like model that the elementals in Eureka use and that the elementals in 1.0 used. And the reason we don't see the elementals manifesting in A Realm Reborn, we don't see any of them there, is because after the calamity, they used a lot of their energies to shield them, so they're weakened from that. Is the explanation. We don't get it. Unfortunately, we don't get into much more of the elementals. Gardania really needs its time in the sun, man. Like, Limsa got a little bit more of it with, like, resolving the stuff with the kobolds. You know, Ulda's always getting shit. We got Nanamo, we got Raubon, we got all sorts of shit going on there. A lot. But Gardania, you know, we got the Endwalker Roll quest, but then, you know... Besides that, like, Gardania has nothing like resolution with the Ixal, maybe? I don't know, could do that. Resolution with all the other issues, maybe. I mean, that would be great. Or like even like freaking Gelmora, you know, the Duskwade Ellison, anything on them, that would be great. There are some Duskwade Ellison that still live in Gelmora, so yeah, still not sure if we're ever gonna get more on the elementals. Yeah, like I said though, they really should. It'd be great if we got more on Gardania, but who knows. There's a lot of people hoping maybe we'll get something involving like a variant dungeon in that area for more lore about stuff like that, but we'll see. We'll see where the story takes us. But I don't know where we would get a good, like, who knows where we're going in the main story, and I don't know where there would be a good window to fit Gardania stuff in there in the main story at least, but maybe somewhere in some side content would be grand. Alright, anyway, so yeah, Anden left out stuff for the pixies. So even in the times of Vobert, there was some pixies living here?
Called to force of habit from my days attending woodland spirits, but you don't mean to say...
I do, Anden. Long ago, this land was ruled by people, and those people never really believed we pixies were anything more than clever little stories. And why should they? We always kept ourselves snugly out of sight with glamours.
Okay, but they did exist here. Interesting. I think most of the pixies, or a lot of the fae, specifically the Fuoth, and The freaking Numo were always there, in with Vober and stuff like that. But I think it was mentioned that a lot of them came as refugees from the flood, specifically the Fuoth, and that's why they sunk the city so that they would have somewhere to live. That's why that area is all water now. Maybe it was just the Fuoth then.
But you believed in us. Kind, sweet, trusting Anden would always give us treats and milk. Oh, I'd never known such happiness.
Man, that's adorable. Once again, like classic fairy tales.
So I watched over you always, Anden, even when it was hard to. Even when you were in such peril, but refused to leave your flock. I couldn't watch you turn into one of those monsters. I had to do something to repay all your kind and generous gifts. That's why I turned you into a leafman, so you could stay safe and whole with the sheep you loved most. But if you wish to thank me with bushels and bushels of adorable little things, Anden, I shan't say no. I can't say no, not to you, my true and lovely Anden.
Oh, that flattery of yours. But I can tell it would make you happy, and that rather makes me happy. So I'll prepare some milk and sweets for you again sometime.
That's right, Anden. Dearest Anden. Let's live happily and together forever and ever after and on.
Well, all right, Anden, you gained the loyalty of this one pixie. But watch out. Pixie's still very unpredictable.
Well, the king said I should think carefully, and I believe I've reached a decision that suits me well. Better than ever, in fact. Mortals are fine, I suppose, but I feel freer amongst these fey folk.
All right, dude. Take care out here, man, as the only mortal in this area.
And now that I can hold things again, I can craft and trade for whatever my flock might need.
All right.
The lurking leafman iterations of my former colleagues, not to mention myself, are still rather unnerving, though.
Interesting. Okay, so yeah, so the still main body that he was in as a leafman is gone, but like an offshoot of him managed to... Interesting, okay.
Oh, hey, Luke. Hello. Welcome.
I miss you, and also something else. Guess what? That's right. You guys see your beautiful voice? Oh, thank you. You're not sleeping now. You can't. Good night, Luna. Man. Yeah, go get some sleep, Luke. But yeah, take care. Have a good night. Thanks for popping by to say hi. All right, so it was his main body was still okay. All right.
Come to think of it, as long as I'm here, I may as well serve as a sort of guide for any mortals who unwittingly stumble into Ilmbeg.
Could you serve as a guide, dude? I guess. I mean, if he was already treating with the pixies beforehand, he maybe knows some of the pixies, some tales of the pixies.
It's been quite a while since I had to consider such things, but what are people wearing these days?
All right, this is like, hey, you can also glam him if you want.
No, wait. It may be best if you show me. If you find something that would make me look welcoming and approachable,
This is already great, Anden.
I would be most happy to try it.
All right, there we go. What a great ending for Anden here. I love this custom delivery. This is a good one. We got. I'll have to look back through the dialogue we got with. Actually, I can probably pull this up real quick, because all of the people that he mentioned were part of Arbert's crew. Hold on. There we go.
I take meticulous screenshots for a reason.
Let's see. So yeah, they did mention that that he sprouted from none other than one of the Leafmen. This offshoot of him. So maybe it's that they said that maybe Anden's spirit is simply overflowing with life, or maybe all that pruning wishing finally paid off, or both, and that's how he developed into the mobile Leafman that he was. Because they were connected by their roots, it means they're both undeniably Anden. I didn't. Okay, he did turn into a Rogan at some point, but I can't remember why he did so. I'll have to look back at that. And then yeah, they mentioned an elf that was particularly adverse to cold, and they said it paired wonderfully with ale. In fact, I remember one acquaintance of mine downing their weight in drink, so delighted they were by the combination. The dwarven friend was perfectly appalled, scolded them something awful. That would have been Lamet. Lamet scolding somebody awfully. Okay, all right. We didn't get a lot with the talking about, but this is somebody that knew Arbert in his squad. We didn't get a lot of him talking about them though. Nothing super insightful. Like I said, it was all very vague.
Kelwin, always good to see you, my friend.
Nah, now it's just gonna be the other deliveries per thing.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll leave this here then. Oh wait, hold on. What? There's more with Eotir? Okay, alright. A labor of leaf. Eotir is looking particularly pleased with himself.
Oh, Sapling of the King, I have a fascinating delight to show you. But he seems to have wandered off somewhere. Could you look for him, please?
What am I looking for?
And when I say him, I mean another Anden. You'll know when once you find him, you'll see.
Another Anden? Is it just a Leafman? Is it a minion?
You can't have gone far. Go on. Find another Anden.
In here? So yeah, I think they were looking at this Leafman specifically. Nope, I think he's on the other side.
Not in here, not in here.
There we go, another Anden.
The floating lump of leaves looks strikingly like an Anden you once knew. Perhaps this is what Eotir is seeking.
Dot 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 exclamation mark dot 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 exclamation mark question mark dot dot dot. Leafman is straining to communicate. Maybe. But unlike Anden, it seems incapable of speech. Fascinating. Okay, alright. There's another offshoot of somebody else.
Oh, you found him.
I have no mouth and I always scream, yeah. Leafman edition, yeah.
Now I prepared this sweet shrublet for a very special reason. Will you hear it?
Alright, nod, stoic nod.
As long as I've known him, I've always longed to speak with Anden. Oh, how I hoped and pined. Then suddenly, my wish came true. Now here I am spending day after day talking and laughing and playing with you both.
Yeah, they did say when they were they when Anden was turned to a leafman. They'd hoped they'd talk to him again.
I don't think any pixie has ever known such fun. That is why I wish you repay our kindness with a little gift. Not a talking leafman, but a walking leafman. His name is Anden 3.
Anden 3.
And Anden the 3rd.
There we go. Question mark?
I borrowed some of the original Anden slaves after pruning him. Twist a branch here, nip a bud there, and there you have it. Oh, isn't he adorable? Your very own personal Anden.
I'm greatly disturbed.
Speaking of personal, I mustn't keep you long lest the king think I'm trying to steal away their precious sapling. As the way I would when I have Anden. Oh, Anden.
Is a mount. Okay, alright. And in the third horn, when blown, the sheep's horn emits a muted and somewhat confused sound that brings Anden the third rustling to your side. Okay, so there's that, if you so chose. Well, time to add a somewhat disturbing mount to the collection. Deeply disturbing, yeah.
Take good care of Anden the 3rd, won't ya? I made him with oh so much affection.
Okay. Oh boy, okay. In gratitude for your kindness, the Pixie Eotier gifted you this peculiar ambulatory plant, which they created from the leaves of the original Anden after pruning him. While it resembles its namesake, it lacks the power of speech, and there is no telling what thoughts lie behind its permanently horrified expression. Kind-hearted as we pixies are, we decided to turn them into a lovely leafman, sheep-obsessed pixie. Disturbing. Look at this gait. He's so speedy, dude. He's zooming. All right, well, there we go. Now this concludes the the Anden custom deliveries. We got this disturbing fellow now. Oh, he trails little leaves. What a delightful addition to the mounts. Oh, okay. Sure. They had this one in the Mount Roulette. I'm gonna be like, you know what? Maybe not. All right. Well, there we go. Which means we do have some custom delivery, some custom delivery allowances left. Let's go start in on the last of the Endwalker custom deliveries. The last one we also need to catch up for Dawntrail. The Margrat custom delivery in Charlayan. So let's think. Let's get out there. Let's go. We can return to Toliolo and then take the ship. Before we start in it, though, I'm gonna take one hot second to go refill my water. Make sure to stay hydrated. But yeah, let's get out there. I think it's like immediately by the docks is where it starts. It's one of the few the quests I still have on the map. And by few quests, I mean the only one. Done all the side quests, all the things. Right here. Yep, as I remember, right by the docks. Pass by this all the time while going between Limsa and Tuiolo. And of course, here in Charlaine, it's fog. It's fog. We've been particularly cursed by the weather this day. All right. Like I said, let me go stand up a little bit and refill my water, and then we'll start here on the Margrat custom delivery. Be interested to see where this one is going. Be interested to see where we'll be going with this one. All we know about Margrat is that she is one of the people that worked on the Ragnarok ship. So we'll see. But yeah, be right back here just a moment. Be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. I'm back. Refilled my water, did some stretches, also grabbed a little bit to one charm. We are good to continue here. So yeah. Here we are. We're going to be starting in on the last of the Endwalker custom delivery storylines. And this one is going to be with Margrat. Margrat, who we met briefly, I believe, only in the patch storyline, where we're going to collect ether from the Isle of Ham, and we talked to some of the Ragnarok people who worked on the Ragnarok for how they were going to store some of the ether, whatever have you. Is when we were collecting ether so that we could power the void gate that we're going to make on the moon or whatever have you. We needed to send it blasting through the Tower of Babel. And that's where the dungeon at the Isle of Ham takes place in the post-patch storyline. But yeah, we briefly encountered her. We learned that she worked on the propulsion system of the Ragnarok, and was enjoying actually, you know, having some freaking downtime because the scientists were all pushed so hard and, you know, making sure things were fucking ready to go, like end times are nigh. But yes, we're gonna see where this storyline takes us. Theopolden. Starting here. A request of one's own. Theopolden is chatting animatedly with a gleaner. Oh, he's got like more sort of like mechanized armor down here with the legs.
Pray see that it is done. Thank you for your unwavering service. Oh, Thaliak, be good. I didn't see you there.
Surprise, we're very quiet.
I trust you have been well, and the twins.
Oh, okay. Is this... Okay. I think we may have met this person briefly in Labyrinthos. I think they were like a friend of Fortuno's, who spoke to us a little bit of how Fortuno was, you know, how he cared for the twins or whatever have you. We met him, I think, briefly in Labyrinthos, Part 2 Electric Boogaloo, when we returned there for the second part of the zone. Okay.
Perhaps I should reintroduce myself. Our first meeting was passing brief, after all. No, man, I vaguely remember you. My name is Theopolden, and I oversee the researchers in Labyrinthos.
Oh, all of the researchers? Okay.
During the final days, you and the Levia children assisted me in exchange for stories about their mother and father. Yeah, I recall you. Although I'm sure the issue of the ether burner weighed heavier on your mind than personal anecdotes at the time. And I remember it. Vaguely. You scions truly managed to do the impossible. Our star owes you its salvation.
Yeah, man, shit was crazy, dude. Shit was crazy. But that's why we get so many favors now from, like, the council, because we just pull the, hey, we did fucking save the world card. Hey, we did sort of save the universe in all existence.
Moreover, your spectacular voyage through the great expanse has driven our researchers to pursue greater heights of development and innovation.
I know, man. I did the culmination storyline for the freaking Crafter World Quest. They're really to seek greater heights, literally. We don't have another apocalypse scheduled, do we? Are you building more toy boats or starfaring vessels? Because the Lawports called them toy boats, based on the technology. Okay. Let's go with the first one. We don't want to call them toy boats. We don't have another apocalypse scheduled, do we? No other final days on the docket? Not so far as I'm aware. No, for a blessing, what we currently concern ourselves with in Labyrinthos is far less dire. Would you care to join me below? You can see for yourself what our researchers have been busying themselves with these days. Our cleaners have just delivered some missives that I must distribute, and I would be greatly honored by your company. All right. Nod fist punch, nod fist punch.
Marvelous. I have no doubt your presence will brighten many a day.
Brighten many a day as well, man. Okay, all right. Our presence.
Is that an analogy? In that case, where might we begin? Ah, yes. Why don't we pay Margrat a visit first? Quite gregarious, that one, always eager to share her opinions. Her laboratory is on the eastern side of Charlotte and Hamlet, so let us be off.
Oh, we're not going directly to Labyrinthos? Oh, no, we are going Labyrinthos. Okay, so the other side of the hamlet, so I was just like, the city? No. Labyrinthos. Alright, let's get out there. We can just teleport. All right. Here we are. Leopoldin?
This is the place. Let's see if she's in.
Relaxingly sipped her.
Can I help you with something? Yes, in fact, my apologies for intruding upon your break, but is Margrat available for a chat? Oh, no, she, left for Thesaurus, I think. She mentioned something about a request or getting something off her chest. I couldn't say for sure. Thesaurus is a collective that oversees the allocation of research materials.
Oh, okay.
So naturally, they have a branch here in Charlotte and Hamlet. From quills to guildship commissions, Thesaurus is a one-stop shop provider of countless and valuable services. They're committed to ensuring our researchers have what they need to perform their work effectively and efficiently.
Okay. So this is where we come in with custom deliveries?
I'm sure Margrat will be kind enough to expound upon their offerings in exhausting detail when we find her. It's the building just across the plaza. Oh, this doesn't bode well. Godspeed, Margrat.
Why? What were they doing?
What is she up to?
See the building just across the plaza. This one? Oh, yeah, here we go.
Here we are. I assume we'll find Margrat with our receptionist.
I was like, can we actually go in that building? Apparently. In yellow, I see. That I should have to explain is an affront to common sense. But our development of Labyrinthos infrastructure has been painstakingly rational, as befits this intellectual community. We have never shirked our duty to share the returns of our research, be they informational or monetary, and Aporia's ledgers can surely attest the equitable distribution of such dividends. Since this rational system is designed to create self-sustaining cycles of funding for our research, it is only logical to conclude that nothing is rotten in the state of Charlotte and Hamlet.
Listen, lady, I just work here.
But do you know what is rotten, Hodge? What is hastening our decay, body and soul? The goddamn chairs, Hodge. The blank, soulless walls. The complete inability to requisition anything deemed irrelevant into our research despite the abundant benefits they may provide, the sustainment of the sanity and well-being of us researchers.
Oh my god, thank God. Yeah, man, yeah, get a little bit of life in this area, man. Yeah, hell yeah.
Like the issue with the Archon loaf is, like additional flavor deemed unnecessary. But we, luckily in the freaking culinary quest, we showed that there is benefits to enjoying what you eat.
Sometimes you have to, live life. And sometimes that involves things that may not be strictly necessary, but are good for the mind, the heart, the soul.
Tell me, is the mighty Labyrinthos bereft of wealth or compassion? I'd like to know, Hodge.
When I said she was eager to share her opinions, I must confess this was not what I had in mind. Margrat, would you kindly stop berating Hodge for doing his job?
I just work here, lady.
Berating? No, I'm merely submitting a request for answers regarding systematic failures whilst offering my assessment of the situation.
You badgered him.
But now that you're here, sir, perhaps you can use your authority to remedy this latest injustice.
Would that I could, Margrat. Sadly, our resources have their limits. But I assure you that our associates at the Soros will continue to make every effort to ensure each request receives due consideration. Furthermore, in light of the correspondence I just received from your collaborators, you have more pressing matters to attend to. They say, and I quote, "We appreciate your concerns regarding the current schedule. Nevertheless, we wish to proceed according to initial scheduled projections. Respectfully yours, etc." Why does this always happen?
What about the word impossible is so difficult to comprehend? Do they think we're exaggerating? Or is the air too thin at the mountaintops of privilege from which our superiors deign to issue commandments?
Dude, lady, go off, man. Tell it like it is. Tell them not to push the fucking schedule, dude. Yeah, man. Crunch time, fuck it, man. Yeah.
Why is it that when we dare to hope that perhaps this time, it will be different, it always ends in the same catastrophe of unlearned lessons?
Dude, yeah, dude, you're right, man.
If every single time it's just like, oh, we never have enough time to get this shit done and we're always pushed into overtime and fucking bullshit like that, and they still don't learn how to schedule right. Yeah, man. Go off, man. Go off, Margrat. Fuck 'em. They just can't schedule for shit.
Do it again, but faster. Sacrifice health, hygiene, and personal happiness as you feed the furnace. Its hunger for your labor is insatiable. Oh, minion, render up your everything on the altar of the glorious progress.
Go off, queen.
Oh, I can't stand it anymore. Take my life, my liberty, just leave my fluffy bed. Just leaving my fluffy bed. I've only just remembered its gentle caress.
She was talking this before after getting pushed so hard through the Ragnarok. Like, man, what a difference sleep and hot meals make. Like, this poor lass. Let this lass get some sleep, dude.
But now, after ripping us from the bosom of what meager comforts our servitude affords, they now expect us to bruise our buttocks upon chairs harder than the heads of the whole forum combined.
Wow.
Upon the slags and that greedy gill pinchers refuse to replace on the grounds they are not essential for our work, despite the cries of our lower backs for succor. Mournful and ceaseless and distracting, stifling genius and innovation.
Or can I help somehow? Or I swear to you, here and now, that I'll make you a new chair if you stop talking. No, man, go off, queen. Or can I help somehow? I could make chairs.
Wait a moment. I've seen you somewhere before. You're in a more battle-ready garb. This is more like, I don't know, not less battle-ready. You seem more like every day, whatever have you, in more battle-ready garb, but I've seen you. Ether tanks, that's right, ether tanks, I remember.
Oh, it's part of the main story. Yeah. That was me. I thought you were gonna say, oh, the champion of the fucking realm.
Truly, you should help.
That's all she remembers of us.
Right, you were asking about ether tanks. Because even if I'm more indebted to you than you to me, I'm prepared to impose upon your goodwill if it will yield us even an ounce of respite. Tell me, are you an artisan? An aspiring gleaner? Someone willing to do what it takes?
One could say that, yes. Nod. Stoic nod.
Oh, I knew it. You exude a kindness that other people in our immediate vicinity decidedly lack. I'll get straight to the point. Our bums are sore and our backs are curled like finger shrimp. Anything to help alleviate our pains would be greatly appreciated. Cushions, massage instruments, herbal supplements, anything. Oh, and should you fear that a surplus of generosity might go to waste, no, there is no shortage of achy researchers in my laboratory, so all donations will be put to good use. Rest assured you will be compensated with more than our glowing gratitude too. You're adventuring types like those colorful scripts, don't you? All sorts of colors. What colors are they now? Who knows? Colors? Well, I have veritable tons of them left over from an old project, so they are yours should they bring you joy.
And, you know, you would just pay me in money, but I guess the scripts will have to do. Freaking Rowena's reach is far-reaching.
Well, your gesture humbles us. I would hate to think Margrat is pressing you with her, overzealousness. Are you sure this arrangement would not be an imposition?
Dude, I've done crazier shit before. These guys sound like they need help. Why not, man? Leave it to me, Chesspad. Kelwyn, where does she get the time? Who knows? Where does she get the energy? Apparently, an infinite font. Legend, truly. The Warrior of Light.
Well, it's your prerogative. I'm sure your efforts will be appreciated by all.
Hodge,
Coordinate with the distributors of Margrat's scripts so we may establish a provisional exchange in these offices for our new partner's convenience.
Alright, I can do that. Understood.
Ridyanki. Alright, okay. At the far desk, we'll see that you are furnished with whatever supplies you require. Do not hesitate to make use of her services. I have other missives in need of delivery, so I shall leave you to it. But please, take care not to overexert yourself.
Thanks, dude.
Be advised that I will hold you responsible if she does. This is the goddamn bleeding hero of the star and beyond. If I hear you're overworking her, I swear to God, I swear to the 12, Thaliak, kick her ass.
Right. So to avoid the Apolton's wrath, why don't we start with 3 items or so? Your best material for backaches in exchange for my colorful scripts. I look forward to seeing what you deliver.
All right. Margrat custom delivery is unlocked. All right. So we're just helping out the researchers here in Labyrinthos.
To hear Thesaurus' excuses, one might think it necessary to sell your firstborn to afford a comfortable chair and desk. Surely it isn't impossible to properly furnish a laboratory on a budget.
Go off, Queen, go off.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I just want to see what's... we're gonna have to go through the spiel again.
Cushion care package. Set of soft and profoundly healing pillows, ideal for relieving back pain, or... Cushion care package materials. Simply by holding this miraculous substance in hand, you feel the lingering strain from collecting it fade from your fingers. Or fish, I guess. A fish is nutritious as filled with bones, which sadly make the acquisition of said nutrients all the trickier.
But and also fish. Okay, we'll do this one.
All right, let's see. It's probably a 1-to-1. Yep, 1-to-1.
Alright, so this is Hodge with the script exchange. Hey, yo, dude. And then this is the lady we're getting our materials from.
3.
Alright, let me see. These are cushions. So I guess we'll be weaving. We could do anything, but I'm just like, let's select something appropriate to what we're doing. Like instead of let's cook up the cushions. Listen, we got all the crafters 100. We might as well. Oh, thank God! 10 levels below, so we can use sweet trained eye. So yeah, as per usual on the first delivery for the custom delivery storyline, we only need 3. Up also, hold on a second. My headset's low in charge. Let me plug this in real quick. USB sound incoming. There we go. All right, and then the last one. All right, boom shakalaka. Have to go through this spiel again. Do. This is how custom deliveries work. Alright, huzzah.
Sometimes a good cushion is all you need to transform an old chair into a posterior paradise. I've even heard of designs that incorporate gelatinous material sourced from, well, so long as it's comfortable, right?
From maybe gelatinous creatures.
Do you normally fling items of extraordinary quality to whomsoever is in need? Because such behavior may condition people to trail behind you like awestruck tucklings, myself included.
Fling items of extraordinary quality to whoever's in need. Yeah, that's what, well, you know what, that's what we do, yeah. Making your first successful delivery, you've begun to earn Margrat's trust. With each successful delivery, Margrat will go more and more satisfied with your efforts. Fill the gauge completely and Margrat's satisfaction level will increase. Yes, 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 quite. Quite-ho, and then there's our limit per week.
They should make all the difference. Wait here, I'll go and deliver them to my colleagues. The results are in. Those items you procured for us are the best things since sliced Archon loaf.
Did this dance again? She did this in the patch quest as well.
No longer shall our racks suffer the cricks and cramps of outrageous miniature. With renewed health and mental clarity, may we set upon our work and meet our deadlines without the need for extensions. Probably.
Alright, well, as long as you guys are happy and comfortable.
Theatrics aside, we are very grateful to you, kind lady. I'm afraid my complaints superseded a more civilized greeting, so allow me to properly introduce myself.
What, you were just like, make me some shit and we haven't even had proper introductions yet?
My name is Margrat, and I work as a specialist in propulsion engineering here in the Charlotte and Hamlet. I'm member. Under the supervision of Cole Dankole, my boy.
The Lalafell head engineer.
My team participated in the development of not just the Aether Burner, but the myriad ancillary propulsion systems on the Ragnarok. As our assignment concerned the crux of the project, we worked in tandem with a variety of other laboratories.
Rain.
My team was charged with performing analyses of the physical and ethereal phenomena to which the internal components would be subjected. Another team calculated the necessary energy costs of all propulsion systems and proposed refinements to improve ethereal conductivity.
Okay, yeah.
And yet another team drafted the plans that reconcile all our disparate findings into one cohesive image. Thus we spun our web of productivity. Of course, a specialist is only as special as the demand for their expertise. Since the final days were thwarted and the threat to our lives no more, the threat to our livelihoods reared its ugly head. Thankfully, Alex, because they were just like, well, yeah, of course we're going to fund you because this is us surviving the fucking end days, and now we have to think about other funds and shit. Thankfully, our experience with the Ragnarok was of value to Garland Ironworks, who offered my team the opportunity to collaborate on new airship engines, and so we lived to labor another day.
Okay. With the Garland Ironworks, okay.
True that their Garland roots, they rely heavily on ceruleum to power their engines, but with a few adjustments, raw ether can also...
Okay, yeah, okay, alright. Pure ether powered airship, yeah.
But you know all about ether's potential, don't you? Tell me, why did you need those tanks?
Well, it's a little bit of a complicated story. You see, we were trying to stop void scent invasion onto the source. It's a long tale. we made a portal into. We needed it to bust open a portal onto the 13th reflection, known as the Void.
It's not often or ever really that people come clamoring for tanks with the capacity to power an interstellar vessel. Fancy to jaunt to the moon, did you?
Actually, yeah, we actually did jaunt to the moon. It's like, how to properly explain all this bullshit?
You ripped a hole in the moon to forestall a void sent invasion.
Yeah, it's still up there, assumedly.
Pull the other one, it's got bells on. Next you'll be claiming you're a scion. Next stop, Ultima Thule.
Yeah, dude, that was us and the Scions, and also some of our friends, like Zero, that went to go talk to you, dude.
You're joking.
Why are you giving me that look? The really concerned look right there.
Wait. What did you say your name was? Kelwyn?
Nod.
Is Kelwyn? Kelwyn Light. Right. The very Kelwyn Light who went to Ultima Thule with the other Scions. Yeah, that was me. I'll smite you, Theopoldin. Would it have killed you to say something? Like, oh right, this is the bleeding hero of the fucking realm, Margrat. Jesus. Taliac, dude, what the fuck?
Dude, man, it's all good. I'm used to not being recognized.
In fact, it's kind of a boon. Sometimes, all of us were so consumed by work back then that we never got to so much a glimpse of the Scions, let alone
their champion.
And now here I am whinging to you about back pain. What a laugh. Ah, man, it's all good, man. I mean, it's still a problem for you, right? That's all fine, dude. Not everything we have to tackle has to be a world-ending problem. You know, we're lucky. We're so lucky that we don't have to worry about world-ending problem right now. You know, that we can focus on, you know, solving the smaller problems too, man, yeah. Because in the end, you know, we just all want to live comfortable lives. Be able to pursue our dreams, you know? Do so in comfort, and yeah, so why not? You know what? This is a fine problem to have solved. Apologies, I had no idea you were the Kelwyn Light. It's quite a lot to process. Oh man, it's alright, that's all good, man. Thank you for taking the time to help us. No problem. And, if you're so inclined, we would be terribly grateful for your continued assistance. The Soros is unlikely to loosen its purse strings anytime soon, and we're still in dire need of things to improve our quality of life here in Labyrinthos. What say you? I'll make you an honorary member of our team, or better yet, my own personal gleaner. I'd rather prefer just not a member of the team. Personal gleaner does not sound like very nice. The honor would be mine, or compensation benefits. Sod you pay me, as they say. Sod you pay me, as they say. Nah, man, the honor would be mine, dude. We wouldn't have been able to make it to Ultimate Duel without y'all. Like I said, my idea of, like, they said that the moon had great propulsion systems. The Loprits did. The best fucking propulsion. They were gonna propel that. Push comes to shove, we use the moon, but, like, I don't know how much they
they had to like actually go super quickly there. So the fact that we had this ship too, the honor would be mine. An answer fit for a hero. Glad to have you with us. Anyway, sorry. Oh, there goes the dance again. All right. We'll take... No, we didn't get all of those. Okay, I thought it was a selection thing. Okay, we're good. Margrat is pleased with your efforts. She now considers you a kind collaborator. And yet, there's still much work to be done if the researchers of Charlie and Hamlet are to have their myriad needs met. To that end, Margrat has a new favor to ask of you. Oh, right. You know, I keep on thinking of Hamlet as just like the name for a city or whatever have you. But this specific town here in Labyrinth is called the Hamlet. The Hamlet. That's why I was so confused when I was just like, it was like at the other side of the Hamlet. You mean the city? No, this place specifically. Pardon me.
About that request I submitted earlier, have they reached a consensus? All materials necessary for your current research have been allocated. Additional supplies will not be forthcoming. I see. Thus spoke the wise bureaucrats onto the obedient workers. Tell us, what unreasonable desire did you dare voice to our overlords?
Oh, hello, Margrat.
I didn't think it was that unreasonable, all things considered. What are we supposed to do now? Oh. As good a chance as any. I do believe we have our next commission. We're setting up commissions now, you and me, Kelwin. The despondent man you see before you is Roaring Spring. Oh, nice Hellsguard name, Roaring Spring. A fellow researcher formerly assigned to the Ragnarok project, albeit on a different team. I would be much obliged if you could procure what it was the Soros refused him. He's a gentle soul, deserving of far better treatment than he's received, and I think you'll find his area of expertise fascinating. If you can guess what it is, that is. Well, sure, man. Yeah, nod. What do you need, dude? Rejoice, Roaring Spring. It just so happens that we have a special offer on all things the Soros is too parsimonious to provide.
Hold on. Parsimonious definition. Unwilling to spend money or use resources, stingy or frugal. That's what I thought. Just making sure. My great and benevolent gleaner friend, 100% just a gleaner friend, will be happy to deliver your unreasonable desires. Like I said, I don't think it's that unreasonable. It's just, truly. Yeah, no worries. What do you need, dude? Well, then, cat food? Or treats toys, anything to amuse and delight our laboratories, cats. I love him. You know, you guys don't even have cat food, dude. Their comfort is our comfort. Their happiness, our happiness. Anything in bulk would be greatly appreciated. Yeah, dude, I can make cat food for the cats. Kitty cats. Since when did you and your colleagues become so adorable? Bit of a surprise request, but we can hardly fault him for his passion. See what you can come up with and I'll be sure to pass it along. All right. I think we'll leave that there. I think we'll leave that there. So yeah, we'll continue. We've got a little bit here into... We did our first delivery here with Margrat. We're going to be helping the researchers of Labyrinthos. And we'll continue with this little storyline next week with apparently cat food. With cat food. Feline recreational devices, feline fascinators, and kitty herring, okay? We'll leave this here because we do technically have 3 deliveries left, but, you know, we'll go use these elsewhere, and that way next week it'll just be like, okay, all 6 and then we reach our limit. All 6 we reach our limit, etc. Going forward. Just a little bit more clean. But yeah, I've liked that so far. We're just gonna learn more about the researchers here in Labyrinthos and help them out. It's like, oh shit, you're the bleeding hero of the goddamn well. Alright. So yeah, well, since we do have 6 allowances left, let me go, let's see, let's go to Rogger's Reach real quick. Because with the, oh my god, we have the food here now. Anyway, because there's like achievements you can get for delivering past the story of each custom delivery, like giving them a whole bunch of deliveries that eventually end in you getting a title. And so I've been going back to past deliveries since we have 12 total allowances that we can do. I could have been tackling like 2 stories at once to catch up with the custom deliveries, but I'm like, nah, man, we'll get there when we get there. And see, it's been fine doing the 1 custom delivery storyline a week, because we're just I think it's the 0.5 patch where we're gonna get the first Dawntrail custom delivery, and we're probably gonna be finished with Margrat's one. Maybe not exactly by then, but it'll depend. We'll be freaking damn close, so it's all gonna be good. It's all gonna be good. We'll get there just in time. But yeah, so with the remainder deliveries that we have, I've just been going back and doing some of the past ones. So I've gotten all the, it's under items. Let's see, items, collectibles. So yeah, I've gotten all the ones for Zloe, and the Zloe's title is Zloe Best Friend. I've been working on Managa's one, and we're on the last achievement from Manago, and then that's Nago's partner, and I'm just going to slowly go down the list of custom deliveries and get the rest of them as well. Because I might as well. Because we get the sweet scripts, especially now, and experience before when I was leveling the crafters, and now the max level scripts, which is a boon. But doing it on the crafters to get the max level scripts, because I keep telling myself, oh, I'll just go do fishing voyages to get the other ones, but you know. And then I can use some of these orange crafter scripts to maybe pick up some item level 700, like actual level 100 weapons right now, and maybe some gear in the future. Or I can, you know, I'll probably just craft the gear. Crafted gear probably do well for the crafters.
Because right now I think the only gear available via scripts is like the per class gear, not like the set gear. So it's like, you know, like this is just for culinary and this is just for alchemist, etc, etc, etc. And it's all, I think, base item level 700 or whatever have you. So, but I've at least been upgrading some of my main hands for level 700 gear with some of these scripts. Let me see. Actually, we'll go over it. We just like, instead of going all the way to whoopsies, Monago, let's see what she wants from here, from the timers menu. Gold saucer consolation prize. Okay. So we're gonna need 6 of these. And might as well stand for, let me see. Crafting. Monago. Gold saucer consolation price. Okay, we need 3 per, which means 18. 18 in total we have to buy. So I think from all the Endwalker custom deliveries, it's just like 1 component per crafting 1 thing. But for the ones previous to it, it's just like, yeah, like a 3-to-1 or 4-to-1 or whatever ratio. All right. Let's craft these real quick. Yeah, we can just do it in one go, so it doesn't matter. Putting up the buffs, just knock this out real quick. But yeah, this is the last thing we're gonna be doing today. Yeah, we're almost at the usual time that I go for this anyway. So yeah, this is we got some extreme farm in. Unfortunately, we didn't see the wings drop. I think we ended up clearing, was it three additional times? Once with our squad and then 2 more in the party finder. So let me see. Because we had 6 and then this is double. Yeah, so we cleared 3 times. Didn't see the wings, unfortunately. Didn't see the wings for the newest extreme, but you know, hopefully at some point. So yeah, also, like I said earlier with the group, because this current time that I got, because I'm probably going to want to do the extreme farm going forward as like a permanent thing on this day, since we don't have a lot of story thing to go through. Like, because we only have really like the relic storylines, which I'm going to be getting to eventually. Right now we do the Pelupelu Rep and the custom delivery storyline each time, but you know, until more patch content stuff comes out, you know, in this between time, you know, is eventually we're gonna work on the relic grind. But I do also want to get the mounts from the extreme, so having this be like extreme farm in the front half and then story stuff and other stuff like that in the second half is probably good. And then when a main patch hits with more stuff, we'll have this be like a pure story stream. That'll probably be good going forward. But because the time that I usually stream this is kind of degen hours for most people in NA, to make it a little bit more friendly to maybe people looking to join us in the runs, I think I am going to be moving the stream a little bit earlier. So we normally start at like 8:30 a.m. my time. I think we're gonna move it to I told them like 10. So probably like 9:30 start time, maybe the 10 o'clock start time might be, but then like I start and then, well, we're probably gonna take a hot second to gather the people. So yeah, it'll probably be the 10 p.m. start time for me. So we're gonna shift it back basically a few hours. So it'd be like 3 hours, like 3-ish hours back. Technically. Taking like 3 hours and 30 minutes back. So we're just gonna shift it all over that way, and then that'll be more friendly people looking to join into the farm. So, and maybe it'd probably be a little bit better in my sleep schedule, but let's be honest, I'm gonna end up staying up late anyways on some days, and we're gonna still have the variety stream that's gonna be like the later night stream anyway. But it's all good. I think that'll be good going forward. Because I don't mind, being up this late. I mean, I just end up being a bit of a night owl anyway, but, All right. Let's hand these into Monago real quick. Yeah, the custom deliveries thing is usually, it's just like a little bit of additional content that gives you a little bit more on certain NPCs, and then sometimes a little bit more context as to, like how things are advancing in an area. Like in this one, it's just like, okay, a little bit of stuff about, the resistance, moving forward very slightly. We got that one little thing about one person of Fordula's crew, the Skulls, how one of them survived. In the Kurenai custom delivery, we get to see Suino Sato's first steps of breaking its isolation. That one was pretty great. And then yeah, the Anden one with the stuff with the Leafman is interesting. I thought this was a very fun little storyline. I mean, you get to learn that he knew Arbert in the squad and whatever have you. I wish you got a little bit more of that though. They could have done with a few extra lines, because what they did say about Arbert in the squad was very vague. Adkidag, honestly, that one was there was a little bit of stuff with the steps, but not a lot. Kai Shear, we got to learn a little bit more about Yulmore and their stuff going forward. Not a lot, but just a little. And that's what most of this stuff is. Charlemagne just showing how much is his personality, completely 180 dude. Completely 180'd. Elto one was interesting. We got to see a little bit more about, about the dragons and their relationship with Ishgard going forward. It's pretty great. Melios, we basically, got a little bit more about, Charlene going forward with some exchange students step program or whatever, and Melios had stories of Foshna when he was younger. That was a fun one. But yeah, it's basically just like a little bit more with certain NPCs and little character moments, and just like a little bit about, a little bit about that. And not usually a lot in terms of like the story or the lore, but they're very cute, and you do get some cute little things here and there. But I greatly look forward to the whatever we're going to be doing with the Dawntrail one, which is, we know that it's going to be with the train lass, I think her name's like Nitokwe or something like that. So maybe some more stuff with the train, which might be interesting. We shall see. Expanding the trainways, perchance, who knows? Or improving the train in some capacity, probably. That'd probably be it more. Anyway, but yeah, going forward, we're gonna shift this stream time to be slightly earlier in the evening. I'll post the new time on Discord and everything like that, and I've already changed it in the schedule tab for next week. So if you're looking for when that is going to be in your time zone, the schedule tab on Twitch that I have on my Twitch channel page, the schedule tab, it'll tell you. You can click on the different stream times. It'll tell you exactly when it is in your time zone. It should convert it. And like I said, I'll also post it up on the Discord. But yeah, we'll be moving this stream back a few hours. Moving it back a few hours to make it less degen time for people in NA, and that'll be... That way we can get some welcome in some more people that are looking to do the streams in the squad in a more friendly hour for many people. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me today. That is gonna be it. Next stream is gonna be will be this evening for me, but yeah, it's gonna be our second raid day. So we're gonna be continuing our prog on M4S. We're gonna be continuing that fight. Last time we managed to we've gotten to the point where we've decided that we're not going to tank limit break for the transition phase. So we sorted out how we're gonna, spread our mitts for that one. That way we can save our limit break for damage. So we should be probably pretty good on the damage going forward. We just need to get down the Midnight Sabbath and the Sunrise Sabbath, because we haven't seen Sunrise Sabbath a lot, and we're still progressing a little bit on the Midnight Sabbath. The Chain Lightning, I think we can easily probably get through. If we can get past Midnight Sabbath, the one where she produces the winged or the cannon clones. There's just a lot of different iterations to how that mechanic goes in terms of it can either be all cannons or all wings. They can spawn at different either cardinals or intercards first on either of them. It can be a combination of wings and cannons, and then also it's either stack or spread first. And so it's kind of like it's a difficult thing to practice on, so that's been our major stopping point in the second phase. But otherwise, the fight's a lot of fun, and we're getting there. We're getting there. As soon as we can get these last couple mechanics down, that's practically the whole fight, and we'll be good to go. So we're close. I can taste it. We're close. But yeah, so it's next stream is gonna be the raid times. We're gonna be the savage raiding. But yeah, for now, that is gonna be it for me. Hope everybody has a good rest of their day, night, whatever time zone. Thanks again to everybody that popped by to say hi and to hang out. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are awesome. Also, big thanks to Izu earlier for the resubscribe. Once again, greatly appreciate the continued support. And yeah, be safe out there and take care of yourselves, guys. Let me pull up a song here to end out on. Let's see, pull up a little bit of a jam. Let's go with... Yeah, let's go with... Hold on, pulling up the playlist here. Where were we in this playlist? Oh, here we are. This is where we were. All right, we'll go with this one. Yeah, once again, thanks everybody, and take care. Until next time.
Every time I'm up gravity pulls me down. Tripping over us, it's like I can't get out of my own head. Never moving forward, only spinning around. I don't know how to get out of my way. I never find the right words to say. I don't wanna be lost at sea when all I need is right in front of me. And you're right in front of me. When it gets too hard and I almost lose it all, when it goes too far, you'll be my anchor. But my head gets heavy and it's weighing me down. When I'm too far out, you'll be my anchor. If I lose myself, I know that I would be found. But when I need you most, I know you'd give me all your love. You've got me feeling like I'm never gonna run the ground. No, nothing's gonna get